This video is about VIP treatment, securing your clients to make sure that they're VIPs throughout the entire life of your real estate career. You want to make sure that you have people to count on as far as referrals are concerned. What's up, everybody? I'm Dan Gorfinkel, and I'm with eXp Realty. Been in this business for about 2 decades now, and I've sold hundreds of homes and helped countless agents in terms of mentorship and help coaching them throughout their careers, help them become better agents. So today, I'm going to go over what it takes to secure a VIP client and, more importantly, secure referrals from those VIP clients, because we all know that this business is such that when you have a sale, it's a lot of times one and done. You never see them again. You never hear from them again. A lot of times when people have, I think there's an NAR survey where it says 85% of all people or all buyers or sellers would use their same realtor if they could only remember their name. So that's the thing. We're out of sight, out of mind a lot of times. And in order to gain the VIP clients, you have to treat them like that. You have to make sure that you're continuously staying in touch with them. Not overly so, but enough so that they're going to become raving fans, referring fans, and ultimately that they'll transact with you again. I can give a couple of examples where I had somebody contact me after 14 years. I hadn't heard from them, and they said, we're ready to sell. And literally like a few weeks later, I had somebody else who I hadn't heard from in 7 years. Same scenario, we're ready to sell, Dan. And of course, I'm super excited about that. I'm ready to help anybody reestablish that relationship. But over the years, if you lose somebody or they eventually come back to you and they hadn't referred to you in the entire time frame, then you kind of haven't been doing your job. And so I'm guilty of that as well. I think that there's some people who will refer you, some people who won't. But you have to treat everybody equally. You have to put in that effort, and you have to know that in order to get those referrals, it comes from you. It starts from us. We're the ones who have to be the catalyst behind it. You can't just kind of hope that they're going to come back around to you, that they'll boomerang back when it's time to sell. It's not a guarantee. There's no such thing as residual income in this business. Well, there is something that we can talk about another time, but as relates to the sales process with buyers and sellers, there's no residual. And ultimately, if you have a deal with them, they may go somebody else. People talk to a lot of people over the span of time, and I have a pretty good conversion rate. It's not perfect, but some of the things that I do to ensure that I have VIP clients and the stickiness factor of them coming back to me, plus them referring me, I can give you a couple of examples right here, right now. One of the best ones that I've done has been luxury seating at either the Celtics or the Red Sox, perhaps the Bruins. Those are awesome examples of going ahead and really going the distance. It's not cheap to do that, but you can host an event at one of these games. And I did one a couple of years ago. My first one was at the Celtics, and I had 2 luxury boxes side by side. We had about 40 people who attended this event, and I didn't watch a second of the game. It didn't matter, but I was really spreading myself pretty thin, just going around from client to client, making sure they were having a good time, reestablishing, rekindling old relationships that I'd had with all these clients. And the result was incredible. I mean, for a night that cost thousands of dollars, it was a return on investment that I've never had before. And ultimately, people, because they're not beholden to you to have to sell with you just because you did a deal with them, just because they bought with you way back when, this is something that will be a catalyst to have them return the favor as far as working with you again, and return the favor as far as referring you business. And I can tell you that paid dividends in a big way. So you may want to consider hosting a luxury event. That's kind of on the far end of the scale. On the very elemental, most basic level, you have to at least be sending them out a monthly newsletter, perhaps twice a month. So there's kind of like a newsletter template that you can adjust and cater to your own area, to your own particular neighborhood, whatever you want to do. You can tailor that, send that out at the beginning of each month. And then secondarily, once you kind of get in the habit of sending that out to your database, you can double down and send something mid-month where there's some like real estate tips, bits of useful information. You don't want to spam people. Obviously, when I'm sending it out to 1,000 or 2,000 past clients and potential clients, it's end up being potentially a little bit too much, but it's something that you need to stay on top of. You need to at least get that database going and send out the newsletters. Taking it to the next level is being in touch with your people. Obviously, if they closed a year ago or 2 years ago, you can call them on their home anniversary. You can reach out to them, ask if they need anything. You're always the one who should be their go-to in terms of a plumber referral, an electrician referral, painter referral, any kind of contractor, or even other service professional, that especially in the world of residential real estate, you have to have access to that. You have to have like your go-to, your A-team, where you can refer readily if anybody needs that. And so in doing that, that's another way to kind of bolster the fact that you're their go-to guy. And ultimately, if they have someone that they want to refer you to, they're going to, without a question, go for you. So that's also another thing you want to do. You should have kind of a systematized approach. Again, not just the newsletters, not just being there when they need a referral, but also reaching out to them on a regular basis. A call on their home anniversary is a good thing. More than that, you can reach out to them on a monthly basis or even a quarterly basis as kind of a baseline for staying in touch with people. So it's highly critical. I think the deeper your database gets, the more sales you've had, the harder it is to stay in touch with that. And it's not necessarily something you can outsource and have someone from your team do. They're looking for you, the direct point person, so to speak, to reach back out to them and to reestablish things. So you need to make sure that you're working your database. It's your gold mine. And another thing that I've done has been small client parties, perhaps at a restaurant or at a local bar, whatever it is. You can have a lot bigger group than you would at like a Celtics or a Red Sox game. You can probably have like 50, 60, 70 people. An agent from my team did something very successfully earlier this year. She had a local pub, and she knew the owner, so she had them help host it, and we had a lender and an attorney participate in that. You have to be careful with RESPA violations. You got to be careful with who's kicking in to give you money towards these events. But as long as that's been confirmed with their bank or the attorney office, then it's legit. But you want to make sure that they're the ones who are shouldering that. You don't want to get in any hot water. But in terms of the cost of doing this, it's not cheap. But there is the benefit to having real estate partners help you with it, because they're gonna reap some of the benefits as well. I mean, ultimately, this is kind of a business where there's you have your A team, and you want to have participation. But most importantly, you want to make sure that you're continuously putting it out there. You're obviously reaching out to these past clients and hopefully getting referred business over the span of time. Many other ways to do this, and as always, I'm here to help you guys out. I'm glad that you tuned into my YouTube channel to watch me. Please hit the like button, subscribe to me. Feel free to reach out to me anytime. Watch any of these videos, ask me any questions, either on the link below, or reach out to me, direct message me, and I'd love to catch up at some point. Thanks again for tuning in. Dan Gorfinkel with eXp Realty.